Well, just to be clear, within cards, it's not just sports, right? So Pokemon has been having a massive resurgence, and you have these other gaming companies. Just last week, Logan Paul had bought a $200,000 box of Pokemon cards and opened it, and then the rapper Logic bought like a $225,000 Pokemon single card, right? And like it's a Charizard, rookie basically, and as crazy as that sounds, like that Charizard is probably $1 million card in a year. Like it just like there's again supply and demand. There's so few that exist. Pokemon is such a big deal. Coming up on the 25th anniversary, more and more people coming back. Same thing. So yeah, so it's not just sports cards.
But does that interest you, or do you just have to be sports related?
Personally, I'm way more interested in the sports side because I was about 10 years too old for the Pokemon generation. But from a business side, yeah, it's all interesting.
What's the dream card right now today?
It used to always be the Honus Wagner,
Yeah.
right, and 52 Topps Mickey Mantle is still the iconic card. I don't know.
I was going to give you a gift. I said, listen, thanks for coming on my Zoom. And what would you?
What card you go buy me?
And it's not just money. It's like appreciate. Like you're stealing it from me. Like, what's the one that you would grab?
Yeah, honestly, there's a half a dozen people. It's exactly who you think it is: LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. But like the Jordan 86 Fleer is really the card, right?
Is
like
Gretzky card worth anything? Is that Gretzky?
Oh yeah,
card?
Yeah. Hockey is certainly number 4 amongst the sports in terms of overall, but. Gretzky, Lemieux, Crosby,
really
Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Gretzky, the Gretzky rookie, and particularly in OPG, which was the Canadian version, is worth a lot. But like the Jordan 86 Fleer, like the Jordan rookie, that's kind of like our generation's seminal card. And by the way, that's our generation's art, right? Like that's the other crossover part of this. Like I'd much rather have a Jordan rookie than a Warhol or something, and to show people.
How would you display that? How would you show people that you own that, or do you not? Is there a way that
some people do
display something but how do you display something so small in a way that it explains that it's a Picasso?
Yeah, I mean it is not as easy for that way, but people have them on shelves or something like that,
And and so you're going to invest in companies. I mean, there's so much infrastructure around this, a lot of financial infrastructure that has to get built, and a lot of relationships that you got to build trustworthy. So it's really kind of an intimate industry still so far. Yeah.
It is still very small, and is very, it's gonna grow a lot. More and more people every day are kind of rediscovering it from the hobby side and the investment side. So it's good to see people coming. The similarities between cards right now and sneakers in 2012 is identical. The same way that there were, it starts with the hobbyists, the people that love the product, and then the business follows behind it, and technology and investors and all that. And that's great. And like we see where the sneaker industry has gone and what it looks like. StockX is literally bigger today than what we thought the entire resale sneaker market was when we started the business in 2015.
What is the sites that, so I'm into it, but I'm not into it, meaning, I don't want to bug you, but we're friends and I can invest with you, but like where would I start? Is there a couple sites that I just...
eBay is still, by far the largest marketplace. And unlike sneakers where StockX was able to take that business relatively quickly, I think it'll be a while before anyone overthrows eBay from a card standpoint.
So that's going to help eBay stock. So they're actually a play on this industry.
Yeah.
Okay. And then stock's doing well, but I mean, is it big enough industry to drive it? And then there's CLCT, which is kind of like a Moody's in a way. Well,
they own PSA, which is the largest grading company.
Yeah.
Right. They also grade coins and autographs and a couple other things, but they're the only public company, and they're trading at some like crazy multiple right now.
But it's still a tiny company. It's under $1 billion.
Yeah. But the reason that they're trading that much is like that is just pure supply and demand, right? Yeah. It's the only public company.
Well, if I'm a hedge fund and I'm big, I can buy eBay or I can go pure and buy CLCT, and it's just a supply demand thing. Like people go, and that's
1,000%.
That's what you think will happen to certain cards.
Yeah.
Okay. And is there a newsletter? Is someone who's great that I can just read weekly or daily and sign up for somebody? Is there like a Substacker, or is there any way to learn?
Not really. I
Wow.
mean, they're all those parts of the industry are getting built up. There will be some that,
Wow. We need
right
to
now
back somebody.
there's
Is there a
nothing.
media play around this potential that we can invest in? Is there
I
something
think I think there will be. It'd be interesting to see who wins that. So, if you remember, there's a company called Beckett which made the price guide
Yeah, yeah.
back in the day, and it was the paper price guide. And they literally still print the price guide, which,
I
as you
would
might
want that.
imagine,
Yeah.
as you might imagine, is outdated the second they print it. But they still do print it, and Beckett still has the best and most iconic brand in the hobby, but haven't really innovated very much when you look at their site and what they've built. But they have, from a media standpoint, like, they're still the brand.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna imagine that someone is gonna win that space, someone new. But there's definitely a lot of people every day. There's new podcasts and new content coming out around it. But yeah.